when working with young children who have experienced trauma and high levels of anxiety,
Yep.
apart from calming techniques, is there any dietary herbal options that might mitigate high levels of cortisol?
Yeah, okay. So I have already explained that switching off cortisol, the most critical thing that you need to do is actually not feed anything, not a high carbohydrate diet for a start. It's got to be a high protein, high fat diet. Obviously, it's got to be in line with your child's needs. So if you are giving a carbohydrate, it's got to be a low GI, high fibre. So of course, plenty of fruit and veg is part of that, and meat. But I'd say the key thing I would be looking at for a child with post-traumatic stress disorder would be maritime pine bark to help protect the brain. You need super antioxidants. That is really, really important. The other thing I'd be looking at would be maybe a small formula that contained chamomile. Children, depending on how old they are, respond really well to teas. So even something like St. John's wort is quite useful in a tea form for a child. I use drop doses, and I do prescribe drop dosages of the alcohol extracts that I use to children, and I find it quite effective. So again, just looking at the suite of symptoms that child might be experiencing and whether or not they are inappetent. A lot of children that experience trauma won't eat particularly well. So you need appetite stimulant. So chamomile, again, is your perfect appetite stimulant for that. If they're having any type of stomach pains, stomach migraines, I think is one of the things that comes to mind that I know children can often experience under great degrees of stress. I'd be using a magnesium drink, which I stock a really good one here. It's actually the Floridex brand. I'm happy to promote that brand because it's actually a really good quality, child-friendly vitamin supplements. And of course, chamomile tea, slippery elm powder. And slippery elm powder is one of those herbs that you can use with banana, with plain yogurt, mix that in with, a little bit of honey, and encourage that child to eat really well, and you'll find that that's where I would definitely start. Calming techniques, of course, are very, very good, but I would say probably one of the most effective things is integrating and getting the mind integrated with the body.